Hello and welcome to this video. This is a review on the Minitrix DB ICE TGV train. This was an experimental train, so it's quite a nice surprise that I got a model of it. As you can see, the corridor connectors are not like normal corridor connectors, which is just a rubber walk-through. On these experimental trains, this section here would be separate, and that would be the corridor connection, or bellows as some people call them. On the model, it is just one piece, which is nice and easy. It saves bits getting caught or getting stuck, and just makes the model more affordable. Instead of having normal couplings, which they quite easily could have put on, being it's at the end of the day it is just a model, it doesn't have repeater couplings or anything like that. What it does have is drawbars, and the shiny strip you can see is a metal contact, so you can pass electrical current between the coaches. I've taken the end of this one just so you can have a look. That cylinder piece at the top is the spring for the connection, and this metal piece just above the floor of the coach is where the drawbar will pass the electrical current through the coach. Underneath the coach, the camera will focus on it, you have a switch, and I believe this is for internal lighting, which is really good. It certainly seems to be recently manufacturers seem to be doing that. Don't really, well, you haven't even seen Graham Farish doing it, well, not in recent years. And Dapel, only in recent years you've been able to get light bars for coaches, so for Minitrix to have done this many years ago is quite good. Yeah, the reason why that's coming apart is just where I've taken the end off, but then that was just to show what it looks like. The end piece is like that with a spring, and what the spring does, it just allows this piece here to move side to side and in and out. So what I'll do is I'll put the other coach back together and couple them up, and we can have a look how close they couple. Before I couple them up, I'll show you what it looks like with the drawbar. So it just sits in like that. You've got the two corners on the drawbar. You just slide one side in first, and then the other side will just follow, nice and easy. That's the best way to put it in. So you wouldn't want to just force it in. You might damage the clip inside, and it's not just the clip, it's got the electrical contacts as well, so you really don't want to be damaging that. And something else I have noticed, on the truck or bogie, depending on what you call it, it doesn't have a center pin. It's offset towards the end of the coach. It's like that, both ends. Now, being that these coaches are supposed to be very close coupling, it's actually quite a good idea having that offset. So it means the turning point is there instead of here. It might not seem like much of a difference, but then these coaches are pretty long, and with having that extra piece on the end, rather than just your normal corridor connector, which would give the coach a bit more room to turn, it is quite a good idea to move its turning point. So I'll connect these coaches up now, and we can have a look. They really are extremely closely coupled. I've not modified them in any way. It is just the standard drawbar that comes with the coaches. You get a drawbar in the box. So here's what it looks like beside the coach. So quite a lot of it does go inside the coaches. If I try and separate them, I simply can't do it. They're firmly together. You can't even see any light between them. That's how closely together they are. So I'll take them off the track and we can see what it's like for turning. So there they are. So you can move this one ease away. And there's the drawbar between them. So they do move apart well for curves. And I'm guessing if you had a crossover or an S-bend, it should work. But if it's really tight, I'll be a bit careful with it, and especially take consideration of your speed. So the bogies would move out like that, so the crossover shouldn't be too difficult. But then I wouldn't like to say they would run over set track or train set curves and points and turnouts. So I'd say straight track, wide curves would be good, and I'm guessing that was what it was like for the real thing, as it is meant to be a high-speed train. It's not really going to be crossing over points and going around sharp bends. But yes, well done, Minitrix. This is amazing. Even by modern standards, you don't get anything like this. Certainly not off the shelf. You either need to make it yourself, or buy a kit and then modify the coaches and the bogies, couplings, all sorts. And Minitrix has managed to do it with just this. And so many years ago, so well done, Minitrix. And especially having the lighting inside, it's really good. So, well done, Minitrix. Well, that's the end of the video, so thank you and goodbye.